You will never believe what happened on the hottest day of the year. We're talking 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Cicadas so loud they sounded like jet engines, and our street literally shimmering under the sun. And then, boom, the HOA showed up and commandeered old Mr. Halverson's private pool like it was Coachella. Stay with me, because this ends with a twist you cannot see coming. Meet Mr. Halverson. He's in his late 70s, wears the same faded fishing hat every single day, and get this, he lets every neighbor use his backyard pool on scorching weekends. He's basically our community's grandpa hero. That morning, he'd spent 2 hours glistening that pool until it sparkled. He poured himself an iced tea, leaned back on his porch, and kicked off his shoes, ready for a quiet afternoon. And then, a convoy of luxury SUVs rolled in. 10 of them, parked bumper to bumper by his driveway. Next thing you know, a dozen HOA board members and their families stomp across his lawn, grabbing floaties, blasting music, popping champagne like they own the place. I sprinted over, heart pounding. "Mr. H!" I shouted. He just stood there, iced tea trembling in his hand, staring at the madness like he'd just seen Bigfoot. I asked, "What's going on?" He whispered. "That notice they served me says they've requisitioned my pool for a community event. Some vague clause about shared amenities on peak weekends." Shared amenities? His pool was private property. They pulled a midnight clause out of thin air. I felt his anger mix with that old-school politeness, the kind that holds back a tidal wave until someone really pushes you. Then the unexpected happened. Joel, Mr. H's tenant in the detached guest house, strolled out. Joel, the district judge who'd been living there quietly for almost a year. Everyone in town knew him as the guy who destroys corruption on the bench. He calmly asked, "Do you have written authorization for this event?" The HOA president whipped out her flimsy notice. Fake. Waving it like a winning latte. Winning lottery ticket. Joel pulled out his phone, snapped photos, and made one call. 30 minutes later, 2 uniformed deputies thundered down the street. They parked, strode into the backyard, and started asking very pointed questions. "Who signed this? Where's your proof? Do you have permission?" The party collapsed faster than a souffle in a wind tunnel. Everyone scattered like roaches under a flashlight. The HOA president tried to argue, until Joel looked her dead in the eye and said, "If you know the law, you should act like it." Boom. Mic drop. That was the last time the HOA tried to flex on Mr. Halverson. They left behind empty champagne bottles, soggy floats, and a searing lesson. Never mess with a 70-something who cleans his pool and houses a district judge. Want more wild neighborhood showdowns? Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with "Pool Justice" if you'd watch a full video on this one.